Okay, good morning children. So next we are going to learn the diseases and its causes and acute and chronic diseases. There are two types of diseases I tell you, the acute and chronic. What is the difference between both and the diseases and its causes? Let's see what is that. So what does diseases look like? How the disease look like? It will be look like you or me or anything else. Let's see. Let us now think a little more about the disease. In the first place, how do we know that there is a disease? First thing, how we know we have disease. Then in other words, how do we know that there is something wrong with the body? You'll know, suddenly you'll get to know if you have a headache or fever or leg pain or not feeling well, means you are not feeling well means you can't stand up or sit, or severe headache or stomach pain or like that. So in other, as we have seen in the chapter 6, that these tissues make up the physiological system or organ system and carry out the body function. So we learned already the cells, the group of cells make the cells, tissues, and tissues will combine together to make the organs, and organs combine together to make the organ system. You already learned. So example, if you are taking about, I will take about the digestive system. In that, whatever organs are there, first starting with the mouth, and organ means esophagus and goes to the stomach, and then small intestine, large intestine, liver, gallbladder. This all the organs combined together form the organ system, means digestive system. So let's see. Each of the organ system has specific organ as its parts, and it has the function. So is thus digestive system has the stomach, intestine, and help us to digest the food and taken in from the outside the body, and everything, which is made up of bones and muscles, help hold the body parts together and help the body muscles. Muscles will help us to in the movement. So when there is a disease, either the functioning or the appearance of one or more system of the body will change for the worse. Worse means worst, bad, very bad. So these changes gives rise to symptoms and sign of diseases. The symptoms of diseases are things we feel as being wrong. What they'll think, how we get the diseases are the symptoms they will show. I told you headache will show. If you have some digestion process not proper, in that will feel the stomach pain. The symptoms, stomach pain will get gastric trouble or like vomiting, everything. So these indicate there is maybe a diseases, but they do not indicate what the diseases is for. For example, the headache may be just examination stress, or very rarely it may mean less, or any dozen different diseases. Headache come to the many symptoms of many diseases we cannot identify but feel. Sign of diseases are what physician will look for on the basis of the symptoms. Sign will give a little more definite indication of the presence of the particular disease. The physician will also get laboratory test done in the printout the disease further. So what is how we get to know what does the diseases look like? Due to the symptoms. Due to the symptoms will look like the which diseases you have got. Next, you are going to learn what is the difference between acute and chronic diseases. Let's see. The manifestation of diseases will be different depending on the number of factors. One of the most obvious factors that determine how we are preserved the diseases in its duration. Time duration. One of the major factor is the time duration. Some fever, if you got fever, within 2 days it will cure. But it is severe like cancer and all, it's not cure within 2 days or 3 days. It's like a long period of time. So some diseases last for only very short period of time, that are called acute diseases. For example, fever, headache, stomach pain. Stomach pain and headache and all will long for the 3 or 5 months or 6 months. It will not go only 2 days or 1 day it will maybe. And fever also. If it is viral fever means it will take 1 week or 5 days like that. So small, short period of time. The diseases occur in the short period of time is called acute diseases. And we all know that experience that the common cold lasts for few days. Other element can be last for the long time, even much the lifetime, are called chronic diseases. Yes, for the long time is maybe for the lifetime also. For example, cancer, mostly we can take the example for the chronic diseases. An example is the infectious causes, the elephantiasis, which is a common in some parts of India. So now you clear what is the difference between the acute and chronic diseases. Acute means it's very short period of time, but chronic it is for its long period of the, it's going for the long period of time of lifetime should be there. Next, chronic diseases and pure health. What we are going to learn? What is the chronic diseases? Why the chronic diseases become pure health? Let's see. So as we can imagine, the acute and chronic diseases have different effects of our health. Yes, no, we know already what is acute, short period of time. What is a chronic? It is a long period of time of lifetime. We'll say lifetime achievement award and all, no, that like say. So any diseases that cause pure functioning of the some part of the body will affect our general health as well. This is because the all functioning of the body are necessary for the general health, and but an acute disease which is over very soon will not have time to cause major effect on general health. And while a chronic diseases will do so, let's see an example. Think about the cough and cold. What else have from time to time? Most of us get a better, become well within a week also. And there is no bad effects also. If it is, sorry, so health, we do not lose the weight, we do not have short of breath, we do not feel tired all the time because a few days of cough or cold. And but if we get affected with a chronic diseases, yes, no, what will happen? Such a tuberculosis of lungs. Think while being for years does makes the long wait, lose the weight, feel tired all the time. We may not go to school for a few days and if you have acute diseases, but if a chronic disease will make us too difficult for us to follow what is being taught in the school and reduce our ability to learn also. Now you clear what is the difference between both of them. So it is means we like to have a prolonged general good health, pure health if it is a chronic diseases. Chronic diseases therefore have very drastic long-term effects of pure health compared to the acute diseases. So what is the causes of these diseases? What is the causes of diseases? Why it is happening? What is the causes of diseases? Let's see. What is the causes of diseases? Why it is happening like so? So what causes diseases? When we think about the causes of diseases, we must remember that there are many levels of such disease causes. Let's us look at example. If there is a baby suffering from the loose motion, we have said that cause of loose motion in an infection with a virus. So the immediate cause for the disease is a virus. You know what is the difference between bacteria and virus? Virus is commonly we are not regarding as a living thing, but it's a non-living thing. But virus enter inside any host body, it will start multiple very fast. That is the difference between virus and bacteria. Bacteria is actually a living organism, but virus is not a living organism. It is not a non-living organism. We cannot consider in the both also. Why it is in the outside it is a non-living, but it enter any host body, it become the, it will increase very rapidly. So that is the, now we are suffering like corona. So our reasons, one reason might that this born baby is not healthy. As a result, it might be more likely to have the disease and when exposed to sick, whereas the healthier babies would not. Why it's a baby not healthy? Perhaps because it is not well nourishment and does not, and that. So it also possible that the baby has some genetic differences in that make me more likely to suffer from the loose motion when exposed to such a virus. Without the virus in genetic differences, the poor nourishment alone would not lead to the loose motion, but they do not become the contributory causes of the diseases. So why was there is no clean drinking water for the baby? Perhaps because the public services and the pure where the baby's family lives, and so poverty of the lack of public services become the third level causes of the baby disease. And it will now the obvious that all the diseases will have immediate cause and contributory causes. Also, most diseases will have many causes rather than one single cause. So they are saying one baby got that disease, but maybe so many reasons they are giving, pointing out the so many reasons. It may be that, it may be not that. So next we are going to learn about the difference between infectious and diseases and non-infectious diseases. So let's see what is the infectious diseases and non-infectious diseases. As we have, it is important to keep the public health and community health factor in mind. If we think about the causes of diseases, we can take the approach of little further. It is useful to think of the immediate cause of disease as belonging to distant types. One group of causes is that infectious agent, mostly microbes or microorganisms. Diseases where microbes are immediate causes are infectious diseases. Means diseases where microbes are the immediate cause of is called infectious diseases. This is because the microbes can spread in the community and diseases they can cause will spread with them. Then, on the other hand, there are also diseases that are not caused by the infectious agent. Their cause vary, but they are not external causes. Like microbe, they can spread in the community. Instead, they are mostly internal or non-infectious causes. For example, some cancer can cause by the genetic abnormalities. High blood pressure can also caused by the excessive weight and lack of exercise. You think means what infectious diseases? It can spread from one person to another. Similar diseases will spread from one person to another, but non-infectious diseases is not spreading from one person to another. It may be a genetic factor also. So this the cause infectious and non-infectious diseases. Let's see in the blue table they are given here. Peptic ulcer, the Nobel Prize, this is the scientist. The Marshall and Vosenstein received the Nobel Prize for Psychological and Medicines in 2005. That's the incident. So just I'll read this here. Then two Australian made of discovery the bacterium Helicobacter pylori was the responsible for peptic ulcer. Robin Warren brought in 1937 the pathogens was the Perth Australian. So these small covered bacteria in the lower part of the stomach in many patients. He noticed that the sign of the inflammations were always present around that bacteria. Barry Marshall, the 1951. He born in 1951, the young clinical fellow become the interested in various finding the succeed in the cultivating the bacteria from these sources. So in the treatment studies, Marshall and Warren showed that the patient could be cured of peptic ulcer only when the bacteria were killed off from the stomach. So Marshall, thanks to this point, discovery of Marshall and Warren, peptic ulcer diseases is no longer a chronic, frequently disabling conditions, but diseases can be cured by the short period of treatment within the antibiotics. So peptic ulcer, they got the Nobel Prize for this in the medicines in 2005. I hope you clear the topics what are discussed now, acute and chronic diseases and infectious and non-infectious diseases. Thank you children. Thank you.